They stay on a light and they only illuminate the areas they're plugged into. You could also use overhead lights. In order to do so, you'd actually have to physically walk to them, which could bring problems of their own. And the lights that they present might wake up other people in the room. In a day and age of portable technology, you could also use a cell phone or a flashlight. But in order to do this, you would both have to go get the object and carry it around with them when he's moving. And sometimes the light comes on is so bright that it could also disturb other people.
So our solution is FlowGlow, a fiber optic flooring system. It allows users to see objects and obstacles in a whole new way. Instead of from the top down, you get to see them from the bottom up. It's better than night lights, overhead lights, and flashlights because it provides an on-demand lighting source when and where you need it. The room can remain completely dark until you need lit, which allows for other people to not be disturbed by turning on a light. There's no trying to find a light switch or a flashlight because it's where you want it, when you want it, and you simply just have to step down and it turns on. So you have to do it anyways to move around your home. It's a soft light so that it doesn't wake anybody else up and it doesn't blind you, but it's bright enough that you can see objects around. What it is a 3 foot by 3 foot carpet square. It has a pressure sensor underneath, which is set to 50 pounds. So as soon as you step on it, the pressure sensor sends a signal to the illuminator, which then lights up the carpet square that you're standing on, the one in front, the one behind, and one on either side. This allows you to pick your path in your bedroom, so it's not dictated to you by a preset. However, sometimes a preset is preferable, like when you're going downstairs or in a hallway. So in these cases, as soon as your presence is detected, it would light up the whole area. It's safe to walk on. The fiber optics, the engineered fiber optics are woven into the carpet, so it doesn't hurt to step on. It's just like regular carpet. And since it's just like regular carpet and there's no electricity flowing through it, it's waterproof, so you can spill on it or you can steam clean it like you would a regular carpet. So we're going to have a demonstration. So Danny, look at this. So if Danny was trying to navigate this, if she's trying to navigate like this in the dark, she probably would end up hitting, she probably end up suddenly going upstairs or tripping over the shoes. But, so if she has a night grip, she has FlowGlow, it lights up one in front so she can see where she's going, and it lights up the next one, and that way she can avoid it.
Okay, so what FlowGlow would do is it would help decrease the risk of injuries of people moving around at night. Obviously, in our case, we are talking about booze. But the pressure sensor works for anyone 50 pounds. So when kids are trying to find their way to a house that they're unfamiliar with, say they go to their grandparents' house and it's a new environment, they can move around, be comfortable with their going, not be scared of the dark. Or in Bruce's case, he can move around in the middle of the night and not have to worry about stepping on little toys or running into walls or corners and injuring himself. So FlowGlow eliminates these problems and reduces the risk of injury for people trying to move around.
So you can't imagine how many conversations Ian and I had about the light up carpet. I was not really a full believer in it in many aspects of it. There's a lot of issues of is it really relevant to me? I think today, actually, there's two things that you did that were really smart that brought me on board with it. One was the testing and the fact, you can show me this, but I don't know that there's not, one of you on the side kind of pulling out cords from the wall and getting it to where it's like, okay, get it turned on at the right time, shut off at the right time. But, to bring it here and to test it, I think it works. I think that there's some applicability to it. My biggest critique at this point, which I just don't, I guess I want to understand why 3 foot by 3 foot?
Because most people's stride is like,
so, I was going to actually kind of get in on that 3 foot by 3 foot. None of you guys ever bought carpet.
it comes in foot and first or feet.
Or they cut it and roll it all the way out front.
Well, the other thing
some people like seamless carpet, so I like
there's for commercial applications, they use carpet tile at the time, and those are a certain size. But how many of you bought a sheet of plywood? How big is a sheet of plywood?
I don't know, top of my head.
Okay. How big is a sheet of drywall? Okay. Most materials in the construction industry are 2 foot by 4 foot models. and or 2 foot basic modules. They're 4 by 8 sheet of plywood, etc. So a lot of times the module in construction is 2 foot in some way. And so I question the 3 foot just because of its ability. A lot of times what that's going to do is it's going to give you the ability to line things up, materials, relative to say, wall boards or whatever, maybe reveals or things like that. There is a benefit to the size of that. Now I don't know if I didn't know it was a technology thing, and there's a reason for that based on it had to have a certain size of fiber optic distance, or I don't know what it was, but so that's something I think to consider. That when I ask the question, you're like, I don't really know. It's something that you are proposing. It's high tech, but you're proposing a building material, and you need to understand the spectrum of what it is that building materials come in, and that is an important aspect of it.
With that in mind, though, I think we could, with the technology that with the fiber optics woven to the carpet and how we set up the motion sensors, if like the 2x4 ends up working better, we would be able to just transition